What's going on, guys? It's At The Moment Tony, and today we're going to be looking at every single Gobblegum in Black Ops 3, unscriptedly talking about them, and why I think maybe they should come back, why maybe they shouldn't come back. We're going to do all the classics. I mean, we're not going to care too much about the whimsicals, because I'm sure those are all going to come back, and they're going to do more. We're going to start with all the classics, and then we're going to do all the megas, so we're just going to get straight into it. So, always done swiftly. I've never really noticed too much of a difference whenever I use this Gobblegum, and I get that it's like a good idea for a starting one. It's just, I don't know. I don't think that they're going to bring this one back. It's just really not practical, especially with the speed that BO3 has. I mean, I know BO3's playstyle for just a lot of things was just a lot faster than any other COD game, because Treyarch is really good with the whole run and gun, fast-paced gunfights kind of thing. However, I've never really noticed a difference with Always Done Swiftly, so I have a big feeling that it's just not going to be coming back. So we're going to cross off Always Done Swiftly, and we're going to go straight on to Arms Grace. Now, Arms Grace, I think, is perfect. I think that they're definitely going to bring back Arms Grace, because it just makes it simple for the Zombies player who's learning how to play. And, you know, they're not really that good to start. It kind of sucks for them. Oh, no, it'll be okay. But they get their gun right back because they're probably going to be dying a lot. I think it's perfect. And same thing goes for Coagulant here. You know, long bleed out time. Definitely need that for those new players who are trying to get the whole grip of everything and trying to, you know, trying to live and always getting knocked down every 5 seconds. This definitely helps. And in plain sight, classic Gobblegum, my most used Gobblegum of all time. I'd say this is definitely going to be coming back. This was very popular among the community, and I don't see why it wouldn't come back. Stock option. I mean, I don't know if this one would necessarily come back. I mean, it's a good idea. It's kind of fun to screw around with, and I mean, I don't think I would care if it didn't come back. But if it did come back, that's cool. All right, I'm okay with that. But probably not too big a deal. Now I'm impatient. I definitely see this one coming back. Same thing for Coagulant and Arms Grace. It's kind of one of those things that just makes it easier on new players. Swordflay, I really enjoy Swordflay. Not a lot of people really talk about it. I really like it because for when the Giant came out and I was grinding out XP to get to max level on Xbox, I used Swordflay, the RK5, and then I got the Bowie knife, and I just got so many points, and you'd always get more points for knifing. So I would always be using Swordflay. I think it's really good. Anywhere but here is kind of like discount in plain sight whenever you get it, or at least whenever I get it. I think, oh, I have this, but if I had it in plain sight, it'd be better. Because it's the same sort of idea. You're escaping zombies. You're getting away from them. So we already know how that goes. And, I mean, I wouldn't be heartbroken if it didn't come back. And, I mean, it's the only Gobblegum that we've ever had to use in an Easter egg, but probably not going to come back. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I'd care too much. Now, Danger Closest is PhD. It's definitely coming back. No ifs, buts, or anything about it. Obviously, this will be coming back. No discussion. Unmental Accomplishment, I mean, I guess maybe. It's just a better Always Done Swiftly. And I do use it, but it's not like it's super crazy important. Firing on all cylinders is, of course, great for the BO3 run and gun style. I don't know what they're doing with BO4, so maybe. Arsenal Accelerator, I know that this gets you your specialist weapon faster. I definitely see this coming back. I used this a lot in Shadows of Evil when it first came out. Lucky Crit, I definitely see coming back if they decide to stick with the whole pack ammo thing. And if they stick with the whole pack ammo thing, they need to definitely nerf it because Deadwire is hella overpowered. And yeah, this was really good to use. Now You See Me is definitely interesting. Now, I never use this as the thing though. It's reverse in plain sight. And I get the point of it, but I just don't see many people using it often, if not ever. And finally, my favorite classic Gobblegum is Alchemical Antithesis, which I definitely see coming back. It'd be stupid if they didn't bring this back. It would be ridiculous. This is probably the best classic gum of all time. So now that we've wrapped up all the classics, we're going to go straight into the megas with Aftertaste, which I definitely see this coming back. And I mean, Perks are kind of up in the air right now with perk vapors. If they're doing just straight up perk vapors instead of perk machines, I mean, we don't have literally any details other than the fact that there's like 10 per map. So I don't know what they're doing with that, but of course it's always nice to have aftertaste. I mean, there are definitely gums that do similar, if not the same thing, but better. But aftertaste is just, it's nice, it's simple, it's low-key, I like it. But maybe they should make it an ultra mega instead of just regular mega, because these things can be pretty common sometimes. And I feel like having too much is just like, oh wow, literally I never lose my perks at all. But hey, I don't know. On Xbox I have like 90 of these, so it's no biggie. Board games, this was added in DLC. I don't see this coming back. It's kind of just screw around. Hey, Activision said we need to put in more Gobblegums. Let's do something like that. I mean, it's kind of nice, but I don't know. I never really use it. Same with Bored to Death. It's just incentive to mess with Windows and Activision trying to make you buy more stuff or whatever. I don't know why they didn't add like any new perks and instead they just went Gobblegums the whole time, other than Windows 1 of course. Burned Out's a classic. This came with the launched game, the start game, and honestly I definitely see this coming back. They had a similar thing I think in Infinite Warfare, if I'm right, with the Fate and Fortune cards. There was one that was just like this. And it's just chill. It's like you get 2 get out of jail free cards. You still take damage from the hit, but it gets you just like, it gets you cleared for a good second, and I really appreciate Burned Out. Crawl Space was added in DLC, and it was essential to do the Void Bow in late rounds, because you can never really make a crawler and keep it alive for a good amount of time. At least when we were trying to speedrun Easter eggs back then, this was essential to have if you're doing the Void Bow. Made a lot of things easier, but this didn't even come in DLC 1, I think. I think this came in DLC 2, so we only started to use it like after. But definitely definitely a good Gobblegum. I'd see this coming back, but I think this should also be an ultra rare, not an ultra rare mega, like a rare mega. Is it called rare mega? Yeah, rare mega. Yeah, this should be rare mega, because I feel like they should cut it down to 3 activations, because this can be really helpful. But I don't know, tell me what you guys think in the comments. And then Dead Nuclear Winter came in with the base game. Definitely coming back. I don't see why not. Disorderly Combat is probably one of the most fun, if not the most fun, regular mega Gobblegum, and honestly it makes starting room challenges just so fun. I definitely see this coming back, and maybe it won't be added straight away in the base game. And this goes for all the gums that I'm talking about in the mega category. They might not be added in base game, but they'll definitely show back up later. So for this one, I definitely see this coming back at some point. Oh, I don't like this Gobblegum. I never use this. It's only 60 seconds, and I mean, I get it. It's kind of like a get out of jail free card, but there are several other Gobblegums that give you that whole like, oh, I need to save you last second kind of thing, that do it a lot better than this. So the only time I ever did this was just to screw around, because I had no other better gums. So I hope this doesn't come back. I mean, I probably won't. Fatal Contraption, as long as they're still doing death machines, then I'm sure this is still coming back. Flavor Hexed, I thought, is really cool. This will probably be added into the end, just like it was, because this is a DLC gum. I feel like once all the gums are out, then they'll add this. So after the last DLC, because then you have all of those to choose from. And who knows, maybe it will be added in after some DLC, but not all, because I feel like just on start, there wouldn't be as many options. But the thing about Flavor Hex is there's so many options, the things that you can give you. It's really nice. And I don't know how many Gobblegums they're planning to have on start, but originally it was only like high 20s, high 20s, low 30s, and now there's 44 of them, so you know. Idolize, absolutely amazing Gobblegum. Probably should be a rare mega, because it's really good and really useful. I mean, I've used this several times. This is another get out of jail free card. And now that I talk about it, there's a lot of these that are just get out of jail free cards. This is like kind of like Burnout, and like this. I mean, this isn't lethal, but like it definitely gets you out of sticky situations. So now we have I'm Feeling Lucky, definitely coming back. Why not? You know, it's practical. It's simple and it's practical. Same thing with Immolation, as long as they do it in Fire Sales. Same thing with Licensed Contractor, as long as they do Carpenter. Mind Blown, now this was added in DLC, and I honestly, like, I never really used it. I found a lot more use out of crawl space, which was added at the same time. But I don't really care to see this again. I just never really thought too much of it. But Phoenix Up has to come back, but they should probably make it a rare mega, to be completely honest. I mean, it's just really, really a get out of jail free card for co-op. So like, I get that a lot of these are get out of jail free cards, but some of them, like, it's under different things, like lethal, non-lethal, for friends, you know? It's practically aftertaste, but for somebody else, and it just gives you that instant revive, even if you're not by them, so I think it's perfect. Now, Pop Shocks, I mean, we learned some fun stuff, knifing Panzers and Margwas with this, and instantly killing them. I'd love to see Pop Shocks come back. I think it was just one of the nicest, kind of just intriguing, lethal Gobblegums that you could use, especially because this came with the base game. And I always had a good time using my knife as a Wonder Waff, because the original Wonder Waff didn't even work at the release of Black Ops 3. So, I'd like to see this come back, and I think it will. Respin Cycle, definitely coming back. It's just practical and simple. Slaughter Slide is the whole Banana Colada thing. They listened, and I mean, the execution wasn't exactly like Banana Colada, and if it comes back, I'd be like, oh, okay, but I feel like they're probably going to do a perk or a perk vapor that does this, which is practically like the one perk that they did for Infinite Warfare, because if they're going to do it, then I don't see why Treyarch doesn't. Unbearable, I've used little to no times, and the idea is good, just I never really cared because I always had fire sales, so it's like whatever. Unquenchable came on launch, perfect, keep it, absolutely coming back. Same thing with double points, because we know double points is obviously coming back. Bullet Boost I love for starting room challenges, because, you know, I get the RK5 off the wall with wall power, and then I use this, and it's really nice because Dead Wire is overpowered. And I mean, a lot of them are pretty good, except for Blast Furnace these days. I remember when BO3 first launched and Blast Furnace was the best, man. That was the coolest. Now it's not. But, yeah, I feel like it's a 50-50 on Bullet Boost coming back. I mean, it's not mind-numbingly good, but it's really good for starting room challenges. So I think for that reason it would come back, but no other reason. Obviously, this is coming back. Don't even start. Crate Power I thought was amazing. They added this with Garad Crovey, I remember. And this is so cool. It stays rare mega. I think it should stay like that. I should definitely see this coming back. Maybe not on base game, maybe in DLC. I'd like to see this come back at some point. And no matter when it is, I'll be happy. Extra credit is so good. I love this. It's just easy to get some free points because you get about enough to pack a punch out of this. And it's good as a rare mega. I think that this is a perfectly fine Gobblegum, and just like Crate Power, I'd like to see it come back at some point. Fear and Headlights, love this Gobblegum. This was added with Zetsubo no Shima, I believe. I mean, I could totally be wrong on this one. But, yeah, it was just nice to use for, you know, the non-lethal get out of jail free. Obviously coming back because insta-kill. Obviously coming back because perks. Now this is pretty much the poor man's Perkaholic, and I'm not the first person to say that, I know. And I gotta admit, it's pretty overpowered, so I don't know if they're gonna do a fourth rarity for Gobblegums, in which case Perkaholic would be at that highest one where it's like super ultra rare mega. But if that was the case, this should be bumped up a tier to regular ultra rare mega, because this is just really, really good. I mean, you still have to pay for it, but you can still just do the Wonder Fizz and just 1500 to get all perks. And I mean, yeah, it's a really, really good Gobblegum. I mean, if it doesn't come back, I'm not going to be heartbroken, because I can understand why they wouldn't bring it back, but I've definitely used it a lot, and it's really nice. Temporal Gift, I've never used. I will be straight up honest with you, I just don't care. Undead Man Walking is fantastic for Easter eggs, especially Garad Crovey. This Gobblegum for Garad, I think, was it Garad? Yeah, Garad Crovey and I think parts of Shadows of Evil, when we were trying to figure that out, like the Easter egg, like my team and I were trying to figure out a good strat, and like, should we start low rounds, should we start high rounds, like what should we do? I mean, we were just trying to like gear up to do certain things, like starting up for the flag step, having this on just for a little bit so that we can all like hit the box and get our perks and stuff. This is just so convenient. This better be on the base game. Although this was added in DLC. I'd love to see it in the base game of BO4. This was added in the base game of BO3, and I definitely see it coming back. This one is, I think this was the first ultra rare mega to be added in DLC, and I really enjoy it. I mean, I don't use it a lot, but I definitely think that it's practical enough that it'll come back, and it's not mind-numbingly overpowered. They already confirmed that this is coming back, so be ready. This has got to go. This has got to go. I knew once we got to the ultra rare megas, there's going to be a few. I'm just like, it's got to go. Too good. Unless they add a 4th rarity and add this up there where it's like extra hard to get. People will rack these in. You buy a bunch of Divinium. It's pay to win at that point because you're destined to get just a few of these. And on solo, Moon, No Man's Land, the Smith Plays did a thing where he was like alive for 1 billion years. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely this removes too much challenge. But I mean, if it came back, I wouldn't be heartbroken. But maybe make it last less time. Like make it like 2 full rounds. I don't know. It's really good for Easter eggs, just getting it done. But that definitely removes a lot of the challenge. This will come back. This has to come back. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it coming back. I mean, personally, I think that if they should add, this should be like the most hard to get one, rather than like them being mastered. This should be number 1. Like this should be the hardest Gobblegum to get, unless they think of a better idea. But this should be like the most rare one if they bring it back, and should remain in that spot. But it'll probably come back. So this is too easy, because then you get nukes and the round's over quick, and you get double points and you get tons of points from it, tons of ammo. It's getting literally no challenge. This should come back. This definitely should come back, because this is just, it's a nice little incentive. Maybe cut down the time from 10 to 5 for minutes, and I definitely think this is just practical enough. It's not game breaking. It doesn't take away the challenge. I mean, yeah, you have to grind for points, but like grinding together just for like a little bit, you know, it's like, I have like 2 profit sharing. I never tell myself, oh man, I have like 1 billion profit sharing, but like no, like as the average player, I didn't go out and buy $1,000 worth of Divinium. So this is definitely interesting. I definitely see this again in Black Ops 4. This, I'm okay with coming back. Not game breaking. They should have this over this any day. Raindrops. I think it's practical enough where, since it's rare and what it does, I mean, it's definitely one of my favorite ultra rare megas, because it's just not game breaking. And I mean, yeah, you get free perks and stuff, but like twice. Maybe they'll cut it down to just 1 even. I feel just having it as 1 is appropriate for all of that. So yeah, I could definitely see Raindrops coming back. This is stupid. I never liked this Gobblegum. I mean, like, I thought the idea was cool, but like skipping rounds, no challenge. It's, I mean, 1,600 points for it. The idea is good. Poor execution, I guess. I don't know. Is the idea really that good though? I just don't. I've like used this twice. It's kind of cheap, so no. Most useless Gobblegum is what people used to call. This is what people used to call this. Excuse me, because you can't buy ammo for a wonder weapon. I don't know why they made that a decision. Actually, I mean, it does kind of make sense, but like, it's misleading. Any gun. I mean, I guess they didn't say any wonder weapon, but isn't a wonder weapon a gun? Like 95% of the time when it's not a staff or a bow. I don't know. I mean, it can be useful if you have it, and I feel like it's not super fantastic, because even with like pack-a-punched guns from the box, you still have to pay 4,500 points for ammo. So I don't know. Maybe cut the time down to 5 minutes. Throw it down to rare mega, or not? Yeah, throw it down to rare mega. Cut it time in half. Then I think it'd be all right. This is probably this is like on par with Perkaholic. You have this in Perkaholic, you can tell just because like the whole, like the color scheme and stuff going on. Like these, definitely some of the best. And I like it. I just it's got 3 activations. Maybe make it 2. Make it 2 activations, and then I think it should be A-okay. Because I think 3 is just one too many. And just logistically, yeah, I think that makes perfect sense then. This will come back. This will definitely come back. I don't see why this wouldn't come back. And it's not super game-breaking because you only get a minute to go through. And some of these maps, I mean, like, it sounds like Voyage of Despair is really big, so you won't be able to open the whole thing. So yeah, I don't see why. Screw it. Go for it. Shopping Free should come back. So now, we've gone through all of the Gobblegums. Obviously not the Whimsicals. They're probably all going to come back, and they're going to add more. So, just to recap, most of these are going to come back. Some of them are kind of useless. Alright. Most of the Megas are going to come back. Some of them are a little bit useless. Just about all of the rare Megas are going to come back, except hopefully not Temporal Gift, because I don't care. And a lot of the Ultra Rare Megas just need to be nerfed just a little bit and cut down on a few things, and some of them just need to be absolutely removed. And we already know that you're coming back because Codename Pizza, and I think Blundell said something about it. And somebody confirmed that this is coming back. I forget who. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. We've gone through every Black Ops 3 Gobblegum talking about what should come back and why, and if I really think that it will. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. If I should do this with other things, I guess, I don't know, give me some suggestions on this kind of video. I'm just sitting here with BO3 PC. I don't have a lot on my account on here. Obviously, I'm not even level 35. Just play a lot of customs and you don't level up. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I just made a second channel, so make sure to go check that out. It's going to be literally any game that's not Call of Duty Zombies and Call of Duty in general. So there's going to be like Fortnite for those Fortnite fans out there. And there's going to be, you know, just games that I feel like playing, whether it's single player or multiplayer. There's going to be a lot of streams. There's going to be a few videos, but you should definitely check it out. And also join my Discord in the link in the description. And I'm done selling out now. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And this is At The Moment Tony signing out.